Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Gemini, today we're going to go over your overall energy as well as your person's overall energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Gemini, let's get started. Let's see how you're currently viewing this relationship. How does Gemini currently view this relationship? All right, Gemini. So we do have the world out here for you, as well as the lovers and the five of swords. For some of you, you could be dealing with another Gemini, possibly an Aquarius, maybe even a Scorpio or a Taurus or a Leo. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but it looks like you're starting a whole new chapter here. And I feel like this whole new chapter that you're starting here, it does involve your soulmate. It does definitely involve another person. But with the five of swords coming out here, this to me kind of feels like phases, Gemini, that you're going through. It kind of looks like you go from being very open and receptive to this connection to not being so open and receptive to it. You're very much so in your head about this connection that you currently find yourself in. For some of you, you might even find it extremely hard to trust this person that you currently find yourself romantically involved with. But I do want to look a little bit more into the Five of Swords just to kind of see what else I can get here. Tell me more about the Five of Swords for Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Yeah, it does appear to me that you're very much so in your head about this connection that you currently find yourself in, but I also feel like a lot of you are struggling with fully trusting this person that you currently find yourself connecting with. It's one of those situations, right, where it's like, you know, you mean well, but you don't know if the person you're dealing with means well. You know you have their best interest at heart. You just don't know if they have your best interest at heart. So I do feel like that's something that you're definitely experiencing within this dynamic that you share with this person. But if I'm just looking at the connection in itself, it looks really good. It looks really promising. It kind of looks like, there is definitely a lot of potential for things to grow and evolve here between the two of you. But with that Five of Swords energy coming out here, Gemini, I just kind of feel like you're very much so in your head about this connection. Even though things are unfolding very nicely here between you and this person, especially from the looks of it, I just feel you're having a hard time trusting them, but trusting how everything is currently playing out between you and them. It's as if you look at this connection, this person, like, I don't know, this looks a little too good to be true. It's basically what I'm getting here off of your overall energy. Now let's look at your person's energy. Let's see what's going on with them. Let's see how they're currently viewing this relationship with you. How does this person currently view this relationship with Gemini? So we do have the Magician out here. We also have the Eight of Cups, but the Eight of Cups came out in the reverse, and to be honest, it feels right to take it in the reverse. And then we also have the Five of Wands out here. So, hold on, because the Eight of Cups fell to the ground. But in regards to how this person is currently viewing this relationship with you, I feel like this person has been trying, Gemini, to manifest and create the relationship they want with you into fruition. This person does come off to me as somebody who's very crystal clear on you and what they want here with you. They're very dead set on you. That's one thing that I will say. I don't feel like this person wants anybody else but you, nor do I feel like this person has their eyes dead set on anybody else but you, is basically what I'm getting. They do come off to me as somebody who's very, very serious about you and building towards a future here with you. But this is something that this person has been trying to manifest and create with you into fruition. But with the Five of Wands to the Eight of Cups coming out here in the reverse, this person is basically starting to kind of feel like they're not really making progress here within this dynamic that they basically share with you. And I'm kind of curious to see why this person is feeling like they're not really making that much progress with you. Just to get a rough idea of what's going on their end. Tell me more about the Five of Wands. Okay, so Gemini, this person feels like they're not really making that much progress here, and it's mainly because of you and what you're kind of experiencing on your end, as far as like your trust issues is concerned, as far as like you looking at them like they're a little bit too good to be true, as far as you basically thinking that they're out to get you and that they don't have your best interests at heart, things of that nature. In other words, they don't necessarily feel like they're doing anything wrong on their end that's, preventing from things from like growing and evolving here between the two of you. They genuinely do kind of feel like, the reason why things are just not progressing or evolving here between the two of you is because of you and everything that you're basically experiencing here on your end. All this person wants is for the two of you to be happy. All this person wants is to focus on building towards a life with you, but they find it remotely impossible to do so when they constantly find themselves, dealing with, you constantly thinking the worst, I guess, when it comes down to them and their intentions towards you. But like I said, this person does come off to me as somebody who is very, very serious about you. Also, too, you guys are showing up as a true pair to one another. We do have the King and the Queen of Pentacles out here. So true pair situation, you guys are very compatible to one another. I feel like you're definitely taking this person, this relationship that you share with this person seriously, but so are they. The problem is that I don't think that you believe that. I don't think that you believe that they are. Again, like I said, you're in a situation where it's like, you, right? You have your best, that you have their best interests at heart. You just don't know if they do. That's kind of something that I feel like you're definitely experiencing with this person. How does Gemini currently feel about this relationship? All right, Gemini. So we do have the Death card. We have the Page of Pentacles, and then we also have the Ace of Wands. Okay. I think that it's safe to say, Gemini, that you really do want this person and you really do want things to grow and evolve here between the two of you. The thing is that these trust issues of yours and you constantly thinking that they're out to get you and that they don't have, your best interests at heart, it kind of has you in a situation where you kind of have one foot in, one foot out when it comes down to this person. It's like, even though things are unfolding really nicely here between the two of you and you absolutely love it and you're here for it, you're kind of trying your hardest to not get too emotionally attached or too excited, because you never know, right? And with that being said, I do kind of feel like by you having one foot in, one foot out, and as far as thinking the way that you think about this person that you currently find yourself connecting with, it does kind of make things a little bit challenging, I would say, within this dynamic that you guys basically share with one another. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that you really do want them in a relationship with them, and that you do really want to embrace, this connection. But I just kind of feel like, some days you find it very easy to embrace this person, this connection, how things are unfolding here between the two of you. And then there's other days where you find yourself overthinking things and questioning things. And it makes it very hard for you to fully allow yourself to go there. But it's stemming from a place of not wanting to get hurt, not wanting to get disappointed, not wanting to look stupid in the end. It's kind of coming from that type of place. All right, let's see how this person's currently feeling about this relationship. How does this person currently feel about this relationship? All right, we have the Three of Wands, okay? We have the Devil, and then we also have the Eight of Swords. Okay. I feel like this has a lot to do with that Five of Swords energy that you're harnessing, because, man, that Five of Swords energy does kind of feel like there is a massive lack of trust on your behalf. And listen, there's a huge possibility that this person could have done something in the past to cause you to not trust them. That's a possibility. But there's also a possibility that this could very well have, everything to do with previous relationships that you've been in and nothing to do with this person. But there's an overall energy of this person feeling very confined and restricted within this dynamic that they basically share with you. And to be completely honest, I don't feel like they like it. I don't feel like this person likes that they feel so confined and restricted within this relationship, which is kind of making me feel like, because there's a lack of trust that you have within this dynamic that you share with this person in particular, maybe, just maybe, you have placed some restrictions on this person. Like, you could have told this person, hey, I don't want you talking to this one, or I don't want you going over here, or I don't want you going over there, or I don't want you doing this, or I don't want you doing that. There's a possibility that that's why they feel confined and restricted, because they're very limited to the things that they can do within this dynamic that they share with you, but I am definitely getting an overall energy of them feeling very confined and very restricted. But even though they feel very confined and very restricted and they don't necessarily like it, I feel like this is them just choosing to just kind of like put up with it. But it is kind of stemming from a place of them wanting to be with you. It is stemming from a place of them, not being able to picture and or fathom their life without you. So even though they do feel very confined and very restricted and they can't do certain things anymore, and they don't necessarily like it, I feel like this person is choosing to just kind of, put up with it for the sake of wanting to make this marriage and a relationship that they share with you work. Tell me more about the Eight of Swords and the Devil. Yeah. Listen, there is a huge possibility, Gemini, that you could have, placed some restrictions on this person. You could have told this person, hey, I don't want you doing this, I don't want you doing that. Now, for some of you out there, maybe you didn't place any sort of restrictions upon this person. Maybe you didn't tell them, no, I don't want you doing this, and no, I don't want you doing that. Maybe you didn't even do all of that, okay? But even if you did or if you didn't, right? Because this person more than likely knows that you don't fully trust them, it's like they're forcing themselves to not do certain things within this dynamic that they share with you. And it is stemming from a place of them not wanting to lose you. So they're going to avoid doing certain things within this dynamic that they basically share with you, out of fear that if they turn around and do the wrong thing, that it would cause them to basically lose you in the end, which is not something that this person's trying to do. Like I said, regardless if you place restrictions on this person or they're just placing restrictions upon themselves to avoid, losing you in the end, they may not like how they feel right now as far as feeling very confined and very restricted is concerned. But like I said, I feel like this person's willing to kind of like tolerate it and put up with it. And it is stemming from a place of, I don't want to lose Gemini. Gemini's my everything. So if I have to stop hanging out with my boys, I'm not going to hang out with them anymore. Or if I have to stop hanging out with my girlfriends, I'm just not going to hang out with them anymore. If I have to stop doing this, stop doing that, then I'm just going to do it because I don't want to lose Gemini. Even though they don't necessarily like, the fact that they can't do certain things, even though they don't necessarily like it, they're still willing to kind of, do it either which way and deal with it either which way. But it's mainly stemming from a place of them not really wanting to basically lose you. I feel like this person kind of has enough life experience to know, Gemini, that someone like you is very, very hard to find. And with that being said, if they have to sit here and feel confined and restricted for a little while until you learn to trust them fully, then that's just what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? They do view you as somebody who's definitely worth going through all of this for. Okay. What actions will Gemini take towards this person or moving forward? All right, Gemini. So we do have the Justice card, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and then we also have the Nine of Cups with the Two of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles to the Three of Wands, and then we also have the Star out here. Gemini, for some of you, in the near future, you might start to feel like you're, how do I say this? A lot of you might start to find yourself feeling like you are extremely hyper-focused possibly on this person, this relationship that you share with this person, and every little thing that they do. That's something that I feel like in the future you're going to find yourself realizing, is that you may be a little bit too hyper-focused on this person and every little thing that they do due to like your trust issues. Because I feel like your trust issues might cause you to feel like you have to watch their every move and, watch them like a hawk and pay very, very close attention to them. But as you're starting to kind of realize that you're kind of losing yourself a little bit within this dynamic that you share with this person, I do see you putting all of that to an end is basically what I'm getting. In other words, I do see you making time for this person, you know what I mean? I do see you dedicating time and energy towards this relationship, but I also see you dedicating time and energy towards yourself. You're not going to find yourself, in other words, as hyper-focused on this person. Every little thing that they basically do is basically what I'm getting. Because this to me does kind of feel like an energy of you realizing that you're kind of losing yourself just a little bit within this dynamic that you share with this person. And as you're losing yourself within this dynamic that you share with this person, you don't necessarily like it. To be honest, you don't necessarily like it whatsoever. So with that being said, in the near future, I do see a lot of things changing within you, and I do feel like these changes that you're making on your behalf, as far as like, taking time to really prioritize yourself and not so much, this person, because I do feel like it's kind of getting to the point where you're going to start to kind of find yourself realizing that you literally eat, think, and breathe this individual, to the point where you are losing yourself, and you're not going to like that feeling whatsoever. But once you start to find yourself all over again and start dedicating time and energy towards yourself and the things that you want to do with your life and things that you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, you're going to start to create that sense of balance within your life where you're taking time out for you, but you're also taking time out for them. You're not going to be as hyper focused, in other words, on this person like you are now. That's something that will definitely go away. Now, when that happens, right? When you start to prioritize yourself and the things you want to accomplish and achieve for yourself, while also taking time to dedicate and devote your time and energy towards this person, this connection, I do kind of get this sense that your person's going to basically feel like you're losing interest in them, like you don't really want them as much as you used to. And it's mainly because this person got so accustomed to you being a specific way with them, like watching them like a hawk and, nitpicking on every little thing that they do and where the hell do you think you're going and what took you so long to call me back, You're not going to find yourself like that, okay? In the future, I don't see you being like that anymore. But the fact that that's something that's changing, your person's going to notice that. And when they do notice that, I don't think that they're going to like it, to be completely honest. It's going to cause them to think that you're losing interest in them and that you just don't want them as much as you used to. But I feel like it's just because they got so accustomed to you being a specific type of way with them. And because you're not like that anymore, it does cause them to essentially feel like you're losing interest in them. I don't feel like you're losing interest in them whatsoever, but they're going to think that you are. What actions will this person take towards Gemini or moving forward? We have the Two of Swords, we have the Page of Cups, and then we also have the Queen of Cups. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Hierophant to the Ten of Cups, to the Knight of Cups, with the Four of Cups, the Lovers, to the Hangman, to the Ten of Wands. All right. Yeah. Okay. So in regards to how this person plans on moving forward, okay? Gemini, as far as like this relationship is concerned, I do feel like things will continue to remain as is. In other words, I feel like as far as like this person is concerned, they're going to continue to pursue you and what they basically want with you. Nothing really is going to change on their behalf as far as like, this dynamic that they basically share with you. They're still going to pursue you. They're still going to, try their hardest to build and manifest a life that they truly want and desire with you. There is an overall energy, though, of them essentially feeling like they have to do less talking and more action, is what I'm getting strongly from this person. So instead of this person telling you, that they really do love you and that they care about you and that, they can totally see themselves getting married to you one day, yada, yada, yada. I feel like they're going to start doing, less talking and more action is basically what I'm getting. Instead of this person telling you, that they want to marry you one day, they're just going to, make it a priority to buy you that ring and propose to you. Instead of this person telling you, I want to get a house one day with you. You know what I mean? Instead of them talking about it, they're actually going to put forth, the time, energy, and effort towards obtaining that house. You know what I mean? Like they're going to definitely do less talking and more action is basically what I'm getting. And it's stemming from a place of them essentially feeling like they have to really, really prove, to you that they're not here to play games with you. They're not here to waste your time. They're here to basically build with you. And they know that you do at times find it very, very hard to believe that. It's like the more I look into this person, the more I'm starting to kind of feel like this person is definitely fully aware that you don't necessarily trust them entirely, and that you tend to overthink things within this dynamic that you guys basically share with one another and kind of question absolutely everything under the sun. They give me the impression that they are fully aware that this is something that you're experiencing here on your behalf. Because there's times where this person basically feels like, when they sit there and tell you that they love you and that they care about you and they want to spend the rest of their life with you, that it kind of goes in through one ear and out the other on your end anyways. And it's mainly because you don't necessarily fully believe them. So yeah, there is an energy of them wanting to kind of turn you into like the only believer when it comes down to them and like their actual intentions towards you. Now, this is the energy that this person is basically harnessing as you're making this drastic shift on your behalf, okay? There's an energy of them feeling abandoned by you. So this could basically mean that you go from dedicating and devoting all of your time and energy towards them when you do have the free time to do so, to not doing that as often is basically what I'm getting. And I feel like it's going to cause them to feel very abandoned by you, very rejected by you. I do kind of feel, though, that this person's going to try their hardest to not come on like, too clingy or anything like that. They're going to try their hardest to kind of give you your space and let you do your own thing. But I do feel like there's going to come a point in time where this person is just going to kind of let you know that they don't necessarily like the fact, you know what I mean? That you're spending a lot of time, away from them than you are with them. You're spending more time focusing on your future than you are focusing on them. You see what I mean? So even though I see them biting down their tongue for a little while, I do kind of feel like eventually it's going to come out. Eventually it's going to come up to the surface, and they're going to let you know exactly how they feel about, this drastic shift that's taking place here on your behalf. But outside of that, things look pretty good. I kind of feel like the fact that you're kind of finding that sense of balance, Gemini, within your life, it's definitely going to do you a whole lot of good. That's one thing that I will say. You're not going to find yourself as hyper focused on this person. You're not going to find yourself, questioning every little thing under the sun when it comes down to this person, because you're going to be so busy focusing on you and doing your own thing. You're not going to have time to worry about what they're doing. Why is it taking them so long to text you back? Why is it taking them so long to call you back? Where are they at? Looking them up on, your GPS or whatever the case may be. You're not going to have time to be doing all that, because you're going to be so hyper focused on yourself and the things that you want to manifest and create for yourself. You're not going to find yourself being this way towards them. But that's the thing, is that you got to understand, for them, it's like the way that you are right now with them, as far as like potentially being very possessive, territorial, and kind of like watching them like a hawk and questioning every little thing that they do, like that to them is showing them how much you actually love them and how much you care about them. The moment that stops, they're going to start to basically feel exactly what I already told you they're going to feel. They're going to feel like you're losing interest in them. They're going to feel like you just don't want them anymore. They're going to feel like you just don't want this anymore. So even though we are seeing a drastic shift within your overall energy, Gemini, I don't necessarily feel like it's coming from a place of you losing interest in them or you not wanting them anymore. I just kind of feel like you found a healthy way to navigate everything that you're currently going through, is basically what I'm getting. Instead of hyper focusing on them and prioritizing them and making them your everything, you're realizing in the future, wait a minute, there's more to life than just this person. And that's when we see you focusing on you and the future you want for yourself, but also taking time to focus on them and the relationship that you want with them. And I think that, the moment that you make that change and that drastic shift takes place, your person's going to feel it, and it doesn't look like they're going to basically like it. But it is, unfortunately for them, going to cause them to think the worst. But I don't necessarily feel like you're losing interest in this person. I just kind of feel like you're noticing that there's a drastic shift that's taking place here, and it is stemming from a place of you kind of shifting your focus onto other things because you're realizing there's more to life than just this person. And I feel like that is going to kind of help you in a way navigate through this entire relationship, but it's also going to, I would say, calm down, like your anxiety when it comes down to this relationship. It's also going to calm down your trust issues when it comes down to this relationship as well. I'm also kind of getting that. Not to say that your trust issues are going to just completely and utterly go away. I don't feel like your trust issues are going to officially go away when you start to find yourself feeling like you can honestly trust that person. But until then, I do kind of see your trust issues calming down for now, because you're placing your time and energy towards other things outside of this person. And I do kind of feel like not only is it going to benefit you to focus on you and the future you want for yourself, but I also feel like it's going to kind of like calm your nerves, I guess, when it comes down to this person's relationship. Because for some of you, this relationship and this connection, it makes you very nervous and very anxious, but it's due to like the level of the unknown, not really knowing what to anticipate and or expect. But I do see that calming down quite a bit, and I feel like that's going to give you a lot of peace of mind to focus on other things that you want to do with your life. But I do feel like eventually you'll learn to trust this person. I just kind of feel like it's going to happen at a later date. All right. So that's what I have for you. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.